There's a very important concept in the world of programming called conditional statements. So on the page number 5 of our cheat sheet, I'm going to zoom in, and on section number 8, let's take a look what they are. So it says conditional statements allow our program to run specific code only if certain conditions are met. So only certain code is going to work if a condition is met. For instance, let's say we have a shopping cart app and we can tell our program to hide the checkout button if the shopping cart is empty. So see, you provide it a condition. The condition is if the shopping cart is empty, then do something or run this code. And the code could say hide the checkout button. So that's just one simple example, but technically in JavaScript, you have 3 ways of implementing conditional events or conditional statements. All right. So these 3 statements are if-else statement. The second one is ternary operator. And the third one is the switch statement. They all do the same thing, but in slightly different fashion. So let's take a look with the most commonly used conditional statement, which is if-else statement. So let's take a look at the definition first. So it basically says run certain code if a condition is met. If a condition is not met, the code in the else block is run, if available. So this is the syntax for it. Now I know I said a lot of things, but basically what it's saying is that if you write if and then you provided a condition. So let's say the value of a is greater than 0, then whatever code is in that block, so this block from here to here, that code is going to be run. And if that condition is not true, it's going to ignore this block and go to the next block, which is the else if block. And if that condition is met, then this block of code is going to run. And if that is also not true, then it's going to go to the last block and run whatever code is inside there. So to give you a demonstration of that, I have a simple HTML file which is totally empty, and it has the script element with app.js imported in it, and the app.js is totally empty. So I'm going to simply put this side by side, and the browser is open where our code is going to be executed. Okay. Let's say if you're writing an application for a car rental company. So the car rental companies only give out or rent out the cars if you are over the age of 25. Let's say if you are between the ages of 18 and 25, then they require a cosigner. And let's say if you're under 18, they do not allow you to rent a car. So the one value that the application needs is the age of the user, the age of the customer who wants to rent. So let's say we're going to create a variable age and then ask for the age. So I'm going to do prompt and provide what is your age. All right, so that value, whatever the user enters, is going to be captured in the variable age. Then I'm going to write the if statement. So I'm going to say if the age is less than 18, then we want to run this code, which is going to say alert rental not allowed. All right, so let's see what happens over here. Okay, so I'm going to just save this, refresh, and you see that prompt opens up. And let's say if I provide the word 18, or let's try 15, okay, for now. If I hit OK, you see the alert message shows up, and the message is rental not allowed. Okay, now I'm going to refresh one more time, and let's say if I provide a value, let's say 20, okay, if I hit enter, nothing happens because the code ran over here and it went over here and says what is the value of age, and the value of age was, let's say in the last example, 20. So when this condition was false, it said, oh, hey, I'm not going to run this block, I'm going to just end the program. So it goes to line number 5 and just ends it, and just nothing happens. Now let's say if you want to add different conditions, we can simply add the else block or the else if block, and we can add as many different conditions in that block as we want. We can simply keep on adding these conditions, right? Like such, like back to back. So let's say the next condition we want to add is, let's say the age is greater than or equal to 18, but it's less than 25, okay? So remember from our previous sessions, we learned about the AND operator, remember? So I'm going to zoom in over here. There's an AND operator. So our condition we want to write is that the user's age is more than 18 or equal to 18, and also it has to be less than 25. Okay? So in that case, we're going to use the and operator. So I'm going to put the and sign and say age is, let's say, greater than 25. So if this condition is true and also this condition is true, both, then this particular block is going to run. And over here, I'm going to simply copy this and put in rental allowed with cosigner, because our application allows rental, but with a cosigner. Oh, I put in 28, should be 25. Okay. Now if I refresh and I put in 20, oops, nothing happened. Something's wrong. Greater than 18 and less than, oh, I said greater than 25. Okay, so that's my mistake. So I could have put in less than 25. So that's my mistake. So save, refresh. And now if I put 20, rental not allowed with cosigner. So I should say rental allowed with cosigner. So see, I'm making mistakes right now. All right. So now the message was incorrect. Save, refresh, 20, and it says rental allowed with cosigner. Now the third condition we want to add, let's say, I can keep on adding it. So I can say else if, let's say, the age group is between 25 and 30. I can keep on adding this. But I just want to make the point that you can actually, let's say none of the conditions are met, then you can add one more statement. So let's say the user is not less than 18, he's not in this range, so we're assuming he's over 25, he or she. So we can simply put in over here, alert, rental allowed. Save, refresh, and if I put in, let's say 30, enter, it says rental allowed. So this is how you use the if statement to add certain conditions, and in any case a condition is met, then that particular block of code runs, and once it runs it, it exits that if-else statement entire conditions. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to talk to you in the next.